and welcome. This is Detective Lazaria. In today's session, we're going to seek the victims of Mount Vesuvius, which erupted in 79 CE, which was up to 16,000 people that had passed away in the surrounding region, with an estimate of 2,000 deaths occurring in the Pompeii. While many evacuated, those who stayed were buried in layers of pumice and ash, perishing instantly from extreme thermal shock when searing pyroclastic flows swept through the city. So if you are unfortunately a victim that died that time, this is your chance to come through. All right, I have an app called Spirit Talker that allows you to speak and communicate to me. So it's going to be turned on, and again, you can come through. Mind. Again, maybe referring to the fact that you were just doing your thing and then before you know it, you were gone. Because a lot of them said that they froze in time, the way they were positioned. As if literally someone hit the pause button on the world. I mean, they're kind of a little unsightly, but this is just unfortunately how it was.
Someone's watching.
All right, well, I think they may have interacted with that box-looking thing called a REM pod just a bit ago, and then got quiet. So again, just Google it. You can see more photos if you really want to. But basically, it's like a casting of the unfortunate victim in their state of how they were trying to escape. Some curled up in fetal positions, some tried to climb away, some huddled, some grabbed onto their loved ones or their children, and again, as if they were frozen in time. Mind again?
Mind.
I don't know what they mean by mind. They can read my mind? That they knew that I was going to do this right after another session? I just had to take a quick break. So did you sense I was going to do the Pompeii victims? I don't know. Because a lot of times they can read my thoughts, so maybe they were aware. And maybe they saw me Google up that Pompeii disaster, and they're like, hey, she's going to do a session on this. That's probably why that's probably why the REM pod went off, because they already were aware that I was already planning this. So I was trying to look for the victims, like a list of the victims, but there is none. But there are very, very many that have passed, yes. So even if they don't have record of your name, yep, wow. Strong. So I don't know if it's trying to have autofocus because of having these two devices.
Graveyards hide secrets.
I don't know if they actually have a cemetery tied to the victims. So it says it had no centralized cemetery. Apparently the Roman law forbade burials inside the city walls. So instead there were burials outside the grounds and major city gates. And apparently the most famous is the Street of Tombs outside the Herculaneum Gate. So there might be some with tombs, maybe. Mm-hmm. So I might set off the REM pod by accident, but I need to move just a tiny bit the EMF meter and see if that helps with the autofocus issue. So hold on.
That was me.
Earlier with the REM pod, so I just said that was me. So a victim of the Pompeii disaster interacted with the REM pod twice earlier, and then I was just mentioning about it, and then it occurred again. So that was someone, a victim. Well, again, hello. I did a report on you, by the way. Not you, but your story. And I was very young when I did this, so it was unfortunately not the pleasant to see these unfortunate images that I had to see, but that's unfortunately what happened. I think it was either middle school or high school. I did a session on them. I went to the public library, gathered a bunch of books, did my writing, or was it typing, and then gathered some photos as I photocopied them, put in my pamphlet, and handed it in. Received an A or an A+. Mm-hmm.
Butterflies.
Ooh. Perhaps that's like a symbol for all those victims. Did you guys make yourselves become a sign of butterflies? Otherwise, I have a few butterflies in my room. Not real ones. A painting and an object. Mm-hmm. All right, going back. So in case we want to read a little bit more, we got this. So again, as the bodies decayed beneath hardened layers of ash, they left hollow cavities. In 1863, Giuseppe, who was pioneered a method of pouring liquid plaster into those voids to create a chilling, human-shaped cast of the victims in their final moments. Interesting. Oh, interesting.
You are adventurous.
Thanks. So apparently, romanticized assumptions about some of the victims. For example, the DNA analysis revealed that a famous group of 4 people embracing in the house of the golden bracelet were not a nuclear family, as previously thought, but included individuals of diverse Mediterranean ancestries. And the mother figure was eventually actually a man. So if you want to see the remains, apparently there's a modern exhibitions that allow visitors to see the preserved human shapes and related artifacts up close at this specific place. Interesting. So I'm unsure if any of the viewers or subscribers did any reports on this topic at school or learned about it in school. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Because again, there's a possibility of a few victims that might be coming through to interact and join me. So unfortunately, I'm not able to look up specific names, but yes. Oh, good.
We're at peace.
Oh, thank God. I'm so glad to hear this to those victims that they're at peace. It just said we're at peace. That is so good to know. Again, very bad, tragic, disastrous tragedy. Just, again, 1 minute you're there, alive. Next minute you're fleeing for your life and passing away. And
I'm around the water.
Oh. Well, there could be water. Is it something you did, thinking that might help you survive? Did you jump in the water? Some type of water, a pool, or a little pond or a fountain? Did you just jump into the water thinking it might help?
Protected.
And maybe this is something to let us know that the water may have protected you. So maybe it's the neighborhood that's by the seaside town, Herculaneum. It says there were 300 individuals that were found sheltering in an arched stone bathhouse on the ancient beach,
Unknown.
waiting in vain for the sea rescuers. Interesting. So it says right here, those that were the boathouse victims, the residents fled to the water's edge, crowding into the boathouses and onto the open shore. Oh. However, they were killed instantly by 500 Celsius, or in this case 930 Fahrenheit temperature of the flow. Their skeletons, unlike the Pompeii, where victims were covered in ash and cast and plastered, the archaeologists found the actual exposed bones of the victims in Herculaneum. Okay. Many are grouped together, clutching each other, or showing stress fractures from extreme heat. Okay.
Can you stay a while?
If you're asking me, I can try to stay for a little while, yes. 10 to 15 minutes, perhaps. This could be a 30-ish minute session. Again, I just wanted to see if any of those unfortunate that lost their lives in that Pompeii disaster wanted to come and join me. I'm sure there was many ages in that group of people. So I do have for the children some what we call toys. They're clear balls. If they want to play with them, they can just either shake them, tap them, try to pick them up. They'll light up. And that looking thing that looks like a gift box, if they try to pick it, as in touch it, grab onto the antenna, it should either beep and light up or click, depending on how close they are. Otherwise, to my very far back left corner on a chair, I have a plastic ghost thing. It's called a ghost motion detector. It too will go off and light up and make sounds if they get super close to it. Hasn't gone off for 19 minutes, so if something makes it go off, it probably is a child spirit. Because I'm pretty sure there were some children and babies that were victims in this tragedy. Oh, that too, yes, sorry.
Animal.
As well as animals. Don't forget animals. Yes, there were many animals that also succumbed to the ending of their life in an instant. That too, as they were running away. They're like, don't forget the animals. That is so true. Wow. They're like, don't forget, don't forget. Oh, balls. Well, there goes that. So I just lost the Spirit Talker. I was trying to type in the browser and it swept it away. Kind of like the disaster. So animals were among the casualties of the Mount Vesuvius eruption in 79 apparently AD, while humans are the main focus of many of the discoveries. However, the archaeologists have found the remains and casts of various animals, including guard dogs, horses, mules, pigs, and even a pregnant tortoise. So yes, animals were also included in this disaster. Again, I lost Spirit Talker. So we'll start it up again real quick. Sorry about that. Again, I was trying to type it in and it swept it away. So if you're still here, light up maybe the EMF meter to yellow, orange, or red. Again, I apologize for the app getting bumped off, turned off.
Clarity.
Clarity. Yes, exactly. That's why I wanted to clarify that the animals were indeed also victims. So now I clarified it because they were like, hey, don't forget the animals. Also, there is a bunch of stuffed animals there too. Not too. So, because I might be ending it shortly here, if there are any children, if you want to play, I'll tap a cat ball and you can tap one next to it. So if I tap in the middle, you have two other choices on either side. Or you can wait for the cat ball in the middle to turn off and then you can tap after it. Otherwise, you can do this. Get close to this boxy thingy and set it off. Like that, okay? So here's me. You can do any other, and let me know you're here. If any children of the Pompeii disaster wants to come and join me, this is a moment to let me know you're here. And also to play. I don't know. I almost felt like you were holding on to that. Didn't it? It seemed like they were holding on to that cat ball. So usually the cat balls go gray after 12 to 15 seconds. It seemed long. So I don't know if someone was holding on to it.
Draco.
Again, not tied to this. Pretty sure it's just some, random spew of that random name. So I'm going to bypass it. Well, I don't think it'll tell me how many children have passed. No, unfortunately it doesn't tell us how many. So it says many individuals presumably protect. Exactly.
Protect.
As I was just reading about this. Again, many individuals previously assumed to be biological mothers or sisters holding on to children are actually unrelated adults, often males, and children seeking mutual comfort in their final moments. So they were there to protect the young ones as this, unfortunately, disaster struck. So you guys protected those children at their final moments. So I hope they know that they did a heroic thing.
Chaos.
It was chaos, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a very chaotic moment, and very terrifying, and probably sadly painful. I don't know how quick they did pass away, but hopefully quick. It was a lot of
Man.
Exactly, see? Man. As I was just telling the story of how the people believed it was the mothers or the sisters, but it ended up being a men or a male protecting those children because they just said, I'd rather do this than just, walk away from a child that needs the protection. So if they happen to be near a child, they just hovered over them in hopes to shield at the time, the hot lava ash stuff. Wow. Insane. Whew. So I super apologize again. I even had that gut feeling like don't do it. You might make the damn spirit talker get wiped away. Oh, and I did. It's like I should have just listened to my gut feeling, huh? Just don't bother searching it. There were animals involved. Dang it! And yet I had to clarify. Oh. I'm sure they understand. I mean, what are the odds of it saying right when I was reading about that? Protect chaos and man. Like they can see what I'm seeing. Again, I'm getting a little parched here real quick. I'm just going to take a little break of a water break right now.
I was hung.
A repetitive residual phrase that I'm just going to ignore, not tied to this story. Less than 3 minutes. Like I said, it was going to be a short session. I'm hearing that they are at peace, which is good. They may have interacted with the REM pod a couple times because it said that was me. Someone may have held the frog ball as I demonstrated. It felt longer than average. Don't know if they're going to be able to interact and prove to me and be like, yeah, that was us. At least before I have to end it. What else? They informed me, hey, don't forget the animals. So they're very specifically wanting to tell their story and the whole story. How they were there to protect. It was mostly men. I'm not saying it wasn't the females protecting as well, but it was apparently the majority was male or men hovering over the children to protect those young ones at their final moments. And it was definitely chaotic at that time. So again, I don't know about that.
Charlie.
That's a good question. If Charlie was a name back in, I don't know. If it was the man that was named Charlie that protected the children, or if it's Charlie was one of the kids. I don't know. Sorry, that's my body cracking. So unfortunately, there's no specific ones with the name Charles. And supposedly that name did not exist at that time.
I threw something.
However, there were many Pompeii modern history that had obviously that name, but not tied to the actual Pompeii disaster from 79 AD. Or in this case, it's a CE for some reason. You threw something. I didn't see it. Did you throw the cat ball? And I didn't see it? All right. Oh, yeah.
Stand your ground.
I don't know if that's like a metaphoric staying, like because they had to stay still, or they just, again, that's where they unfortunately were frozen in time. This is where they stood. All right, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this. Again, hopefully those that came will get the prayer that I will say in a minute, even though you're at peace, which is good. But yeah, again, just such tragedy in those times. All right, this is your Detective Lazaria signing out. Peace, love, and eternity. Bye.